Hello, Sirens. Welcome. Welcome to the YouTube. I sadly don't have my Instagram stream going, but that is okay. I'm just popping out the chats now. But hey, Sirens, if you are new to the channel, I'm a free financial advisor. I'm a certified financial planner professional. I worked at Vanguard for over 13 years, and I quit my job to change the world and give free advice to anybody who needs it. We're hoping to help millions of people achieve financial literacy. In no way affiliated. Where should I bury my valuables? Greetings from the motherland, Africa. Hello. Where should I bury my valuables? I don't have a safe place to bury your valuables. You will know your area better than me. Maybe create a hidden compartment underneath your home and bury it there. You know what I mean? In Africa, we would recommend you bury your valuables in Africa. All right. That makes a lot of sense. No, that's not true. Africa is actually, there's a lot going on in Africa. It's just not being utilized. I'm buying a Ferrari instead of a house. Oof, Kirby, oof. What happens when we become financially free? The cool answer to that is pretty much whatever you want. Whatever you want, my brother or sister. Whatever you want. What I would do is different than what you would do. You are right. You are right. But you don't have a 14-inch beard. You don't have a 14-inch beard. The true sign of manliness. Even little boys have a full hairline. Men have beards. Ooh, this is a great question. In no way affiliated. So there's not a set amount that you should have at 43. If you, it all depends on how aggressively you can save when you want to retire. Now, if you want to retire at 65 and you have been saving, I don't know, probably 200 plus grand, maybe more towards retirement, because you got 22 years. It may double 3 times. So, yeah, you got to think about it. Hold on, I got to load up Kick here. I do not have all of my chats going. $14 cows, 2 rock. Hey, you know what? The cows thing is awesome. I want cows. How can I stop smoking? Go to rehab, brother. Lock yourself up in a rehab. But otherwise, I don't have good advice on quitting that. I apologize. I apologize. Yo, what's up, Yuli? Yuli's in the house. GOAT Rivals player right there if you need coaching. Some would say the greatest. Wait, so are you being legit and no way affiliated? Is that how you did it? That's a wild way to do it, brother. Your liver might not thank you. Huh. That's interesting. Hey, is the do you see a black bar? Oh, midterm exams are all done? Yeah, let's go. Hey, do you see a black bar on the right and left side of the screen, Yuli? And is that normal? I don't see any black bar? Okay, well, my stuff is bugging then. All right, for real in college. That's a crazy story, affiliated. What should I eat for dinner? I had a chicken wrap earlier. What sounds good to you, Kirby? I'm probably going to have steak for dinner. In Africa, we want to know the optimal asset allocation, buy stock in cow stock exchange, or leverage existing cows to increase cow cash flow. My man's trolling. He's probably not even in Africa. Where do you stay? How much do you earn? When did you become financially free? Share your life story, please. So, in America, Arizona, we're earning pretty much zero right now, but we become financially free by saving every dollar we possibly could. It's the only thing that got us here. Now, to be fair, I'm only going to be able to do this for a handful of years unless people join the Patreon and contribute to the mission. But we got years of this before I'd have to go back to the corporate grind, you know? What is your social security number and blood type? My social security number is 6. My blood type is yes. Does that help you? Yo, what's up, Soft? I almost made this a gaming stream, but I decided to go with a Saturday finance stream just in case people couldn't reach me on the weekends. I'm a little bit sad. As a noob, how and where should we start on financial planning? Any books to read? Oh man, Autumn Love. This is a beautiful question, and I love it. I hopped on Rivals Yuli, but I did not play. I was planning to make this a gaming stream, so I got everything loaded up. And then I thought, man, there's people who maybe can't catch me during the day, during the week, so I'm going to make this a finance stream on the weekend. We'll see if I regret that. All right, so Autumn, I'm going to answer your book question first, and it's The Little Book of Common Sense Investing by John Bogle. That book changed my life. It changed the way I think about investing entirely, and I bet it'll do the same thing for you. But otherwise, Autumn, I'm a great place to start. For anybody who doesn't know, I'm a free financial advisor. I'm a certified financial planner professional. I worked at Vanguard for over 13 years, so I have a bias there. I quit my job to change the world and help millions of people achieve financial literacy. Join the Patreon if you haven't done so yet. We do a weekly Q&A and market recap session on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Arizona time. We had one earlier today. In Africa, we are pretending to be from Africa. I dig it. You're a boglehead, man? Can I redeem what? I said quiet in here. What would you want to redeem? You would have to find a grandma willing to pay you to do that. I don't know, maybe put out an ad in Grandma Weekly. That could work. Wait, I didn't answer somebody's question. Bro, I was about to say steak. Let's go, Kirby. What kind of steak? If you say anything other than T-bone, the answer is wrong. All right, not really. You can like whatever you want, but a T-bone and or porterhouse is the best steak. Are you happy in life? Yes. When will you settle? I'm settled right now. I'm married with 4 children. Is banking system designed to keep us in money loop? I think the banking system is set up so that you can get in a money loop, but there's nothing specifically about it that makes you. But once you're in the loop, it's really hard to break it. Yeah, let's go, Soft. T-bone advice guy. Steak advice guy. Thank you, sir. We'll check it out. Have a great day. Let's go, Autumn. In Africa, we look down upon marrying. Yo. That is the most wild thing. It's not the most wild, but it's one of the most wild things anyone has ever said in here. Almost. Not quite, but almost. It was a good one. It was a good one. That guy razzed me real good. Real good. How can I start a remote job with no computer? I don't think you can, Grandma. How many books have you read so far about finance? Can you recommend some? Honestly, I forgot the names of them. I've read a couple of Bogle books. I read, that was more of a trading book. Honestly, I don't know that there is a more important book than The Little Book of Common Sense Investing by John Bogle if you want to get into finance. I really, I'm not sure. There are other books, like, go look at a John Bogle interview on, like, MSNBC or something like that. John Bogle was the godfather. Nobody challenged him because they knew he had all the research and everything. It was crazy. Suggest high return, low risk investment. Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. I have $1,200 and want to invest $100 a month. Should I just put the whole $1,200 and wait until the next year, or invest $100 monthly until it finishes? What would you do? This is a really good question, Claude. All right, so you got to think about multiple things. There's one scenario, I guess you can call it two, but they're variations of each other, that investing monthly wins, and that's during a downturn. Historically, the markets are up 7 out of 10 days. So if you are investing in a pattern or over time, it's likely going to be higher than the original day you could have bought it. But there are scenarios, we don't know when they'll happen or if they'll happen, but there are scenarios where what you're doing, which is essentially dollar cost averaging, where that makes sense. But for the most part, research shows you generally get better returns by investing the whole thing at once. In Africa, we tried to cross Dave Ramsey with a Harley rider, and we ended up here. I don't ride a Harley, but I have driven a Harley, if that makes sense. I have a Kawasaki Concourse, which is a sport touring bike. Sorry, we're pinning this message to Twitch. It is our final video, well, of new content for TwitchCon, today's video. Hey, does that make sense, Claude? I'm in California. I'm starting an epoxy resurfacing business. Should I try to get a loan and start big faster, or should I start slow and small with no debt? All right, Benjamin, this is, you might not like my answer, but this is personal preference. Personally, I like starting with low overhead because you're not having to worry about monthly payments on a loan and all that sort of stuff, and paying your loan with your loan proceeds, if that makes sense. I prefer starting a business with low overhead and let it grow. But I've had other friends who say they wish they would have taken out large loans of like 5 years to make sure they had enough for their business to succeed. So you have to find what you are comfortable with. And for each person, that's going to be different, if that makes sense. Are we looking at a transition with value investment becoming more lucrative than growth based on investing in the next downturn? It's impossible to know. It's impossible to know, Clip Dump. My strategy is to just buy the entire market, own it forever, and in 30 years, I'm probably going to be happy. I'm not looking for an edge. I'm not looking to buy things. I buy when the entire market goes lower, and that's it. I never sell. So I'll say maybe, Clip Dump, maybe. What are you leaning towards, Benjamin? Are you planning to, or are you leaning towards taking out a loan, or are you leaning towards starting with no debt? In Africa, we would also be wary of macroeconomic shocks in the States, potentially recession, to stave off on starting small businesses for now. Can't live fearful. Can't live fearful. When will that feeling go away? 3 years from now? 7 years from now? 11 years from now? A business with low overhead has a chance to succeed, more chance to succeed. But I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from for sure. What topics should we discuss? Benjamin, I think I would rather start with no debt. I would rather not have any weight on my shoulders every month when I am just starting. I don't want to be crippled by it. That's how I feel, Benjamin. So there are people who live very comfortably in debt in a leveraged life. I am not one of those people. I don't think most people are those people. But there are some. There are some. Should I dump all my money on Trump coin and embrace financial freedom? I'm not a fan of putting all of your money on anything. It's not that you can't get rich from it, but you cannot keep up with the market or you could go broke. I put all my money in crypto and lost it, bro. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I feel that. But wait, how did you lose all your money? Crypto's been on a tear, or was it recent? That is a classic question. I should probably clip that answer and throw it up. Should you buy Trump coin? Should you put all your money in Trump coin? It'll get 9 million views. In Africa, should I work at a hedge fund or private equity or raise cattle? It's all you, brother. You got to decide what you want to do on a day-to-day basis. I worked at Vanguard for 13 years, and there were definitely opportunities to go to other companies and do things, but I really enjoyed working for Vanguard, what I was doing. I have currently started algo trading. Do you have experience of algo trading? No, I do not. But it's very difficult to make sure. Should you buy Mark Carney coin? I think for these meme coins, you put in an amount that you're okay going to zero. That's how I look at it. And I chose the wrong crypto. My buddy chose the wrong crypto. He literally bought, what was it? Some ETF stuff and all that sort of stuff. He bought it. He bought that and metals right before they all went down. We'll put one half in Tesla coin and the other in my local church. Nope, I don't recommend that either. Broad diversification. Broad diversification will lower your volatility and increase your exposure to different things in the market. Yo, thanks, Maniac. In Africa, we have recently signed off on Musk's $1 trillion pay package. Any thoughts on that? I mean, the guy has done incredible things for the stuff. Oh, man, soft. Oh, man. Yo, what's up, Riz? It's been a while, brother. How's your collarbone? So if Musk ends up getting $1 trillion in stock options, it means he's essentially done the impossible. I like it, Riz. Are you back on the mean streets just cruising? Cruising on your motorcycle? But yeah, I mean, if he hits it, if he gets $1 trillion, that means he's worth it. He returned shareholder value like crazy. You know what's funny is I talked to a kid like yesterday or the day before, Riz, on stream. He was 15 years old, had a motorcycle, but his was a, man, I forgot. It was an 1100. I think it was a Yamaha. I forgot what he said, but it was an 1100. And I was like, dude, that's way too big of a bike. Way too big. Yeah. I would never let my child have an 1100. No way. Will AI replace human? Will AI be the last invention of human? What's your thought? The last invention? No. Is it scary? Yes. Is it as scary now as it's made out to be? I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, 600. My first motorcycle was a single cylinder 650, a Suzuki Savage, and it was a lot. It was a lot. But that's a good question. A new rag. In Africa, we have 600cc cows and V8 camels. Those sound awesome. We only have 250cc cows and inline 4 camels here. Hey, no way. Mine was a Triumph 650. A bit too powerful for me, though. Yeah. I thankfully drove when I got my first motorcycle. And if you've ridden a motorcycle, maybe you understand what I'm saying here. But I drove it like a car. You know how when you're driving, you just get like that sense the engine doesn't really go too crazy before it shifts gears. So I'd be like going 45 miles an hour in 5th gear. Now that's also very unsafe. But it didn't let me go. It didn't let me go crazy and kill myself. So it could have been someone else who did it, but not me. I've got 1,200 in stocks. Between my paychecks, I find myself fighting the urge to sell. A couple people I know have 100K in stocks. How do I learn financial self-control? Man, that's tough. I mean, take it day by day. Just don't do it. But why do you want to sell? Like, what is making you consider selling? I'm in America, Arizona to be specific. Invest and leave it. Tax and fees between constantly liquidating, it will eat most of the profits. It's a good point. That's the thing. I don't want to sell all of it. Just 20 to get me through, but how do I save if I'm doing that? I do okay. I know I need more financial self-control. Yeah, honestly, games, the first thing you really need to do is go back and do a detailed budget. If you don't have a budget spreadsheet, join my Patreon. It's free. You get a free budget spreadsheet with it, but you need to track everything. If you're not completely aware of every dollar coming in and every dollar coming out, especially at the beginning of your financial journey, you're not going to be as successful as you want to be. That has to be step one. Step number 2 is building an emergency fund so you have peace of mind and you stop stressing out about needing 20 here, 20 there. Build up an emergency fund of 12 months basic living expenses. Some people say that's a crazy amount of cash. I don't think so. We could talk about that if you want. But build up an emergency fund. From there, set goals. Once your goals are set, begin investing and saving automatically. Wait, Soft and Yuli, if you're still here, what do you think of this banner or this background compared to the black and white one? This is like my sign that I take out when I'm filming. But games, make all your stuff automatic. If the soul is eternal and wealth temporary, how do you define a truly rich life? Are you spiritual or you never got time to explore it? I'm Christian. I believe God gives you what you need, but it's your job to take care of it. You need to be a good steward of what you get. So I think there are people who just accumulate wealth to accumulate wealth. It serves no purpose other than to be a bigger number. Ooh, the vibrant colors are better. Let's go. Yeah, the other one looked kind of like I was a funeral salesman. I don't know. Um, but how do you define a truly rich life? So for me, having enough I left, just to be clear, I left a six-figure job. I don't know if I want to say exactly how much I was making, but it was a six-figure job working at a very reputable company, Vanguard, to go and make zero money and give free advice to try and do something bigger than myself. I want to help people with financial literacy and make them better with their money. I believe if we do that, the world's going to be in a much better place. So I'm living a rich life. But if I cared only about stacking cash, I wouldn't have left that job, or I would have just been a salesman at another financial company and went crazy. Or I'd be an asset manager. In Africa, can you elaborate on the make all stuff automatic part? Yeah. So automatic savings, right? When you set up your investment accounts, don't think about your investments. Don't have to log in every week or every time you get paid to do it. Just every 2 weeks, make the investment automatic and have it follow and have a follow along. Sorry, make it automatic and just follow it along your plan and make adjustments as necessary. Why do American retirees move to Arizona or Florida? It's the weather. It's the weather. Arizona and Florida are beautiful. But it's the same reason. Athletes, after they play for the Suns or just in Arizona, a lot of them end up getting homes here because it's really hard to beat Arizona. Summers are terrible. So a lot of the time these retirees, they go to somewhere else during the hot months, but that's really why. Yeah, Yuli. Last night. That is interesting. I would love to know what someone living in Canada feels. I know what Twitter or what X has me feeling about the ostrich thing. In Africa, what little exercise system did you impart on your kids to get them personal finance shops at a young age? My kids are still young. My kids are not at the investing age. I'm 41, but all my children are 6 or younger. But I will teach them. I will teach them. I'll probably get them uh, maybe 10 shares or something of VTI when they reach a certain age, and then have them track it and follow it. That's what my grandfather did for me. So I'll probably do something like that. I wonder if Argentina, under the guide of Libertarian President Javier Milei, may be a good place to invest. It's possible. If you think they're going to continue on the upswing, right? Making investments based on politics is tough. The reason America is the investing hub of the world is because, and I believe we have the largest market by capital in the world, is because of our stability. So it could be, but if he gets voted out in however many years and then things turn around, you'll lose a lot of money. What gives you the right to answer questions? What's your credibility? Well, Brandon, I'm going to need you to go ahead and ask your question a little more respectfully before I answer you. I'm a human being, man. How about you get some manners? How about you get some manners before coming into somebody's channel talking trash? A rough 41. I'm handsome, bro. I'm handsome. But for some reason, the beard is white. All right, check this out, though. All the color is like on the bottom. I don't get it. A man can do whatever he wills, but cannot will what he wills. Do you believe in predestination, or can we change our destiny with our efforts? This is a really good question. All right, I believe in a higher power. I believe in God. I believe God knows what we're going to do. But I do believe in free will, because otherwise, what's the point? What's the point? Okay, they have the bird flu, which can wipe out agriculture, and tried to hide it, so pretty illegal, and ostriches aren't native here, so there's no reason to protect them. Yeah, but did you know that was like a year ago? That came through? It was a year ago, Yuli. They refused to test the ostriches. America offered to take the ostriches. This just feels like we are in charge of you, and it's going to happen. That was crazy. That's so funny. Brandon coming in here like a wild man. You look like you still live in your mom's basement. Soft coming in hard. Maybe he's saying that about me. Yeah, this is all just the stuff I've seen in the last 12 hours. Well, I guess more than 12 hours. Like 16 hours, Yuli. It was shocking to see some of the details. Hey, let's go, Archangel. Hey, did your dude... So your guy didn't let you live stream it or what? Yeah, so we're out of the loop on the whole ostrich thing. In Canada, there was an ostrich farm, and about a year ago, the avian flu, I think, came through Canada, and they were ordered to cull all their birds. They refused. They have been fighting. They took it all the way to the Supreme Court of Canada. I think the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Canadian government. So the Canadian government last night or the night before killed all 300 ostriches with, I think they counted 900 or 800 bullets being fired to kill the ostriches. So there are people in Canada who are fired up. Fired up. All right. I think Brandon got upset. He said one message and then dipped. Well, America offered to take him as well. Our government actually asked the Canadian government to step in. The Canadian government was like, nope. Ostriches will die. That's interesting. I just checked out Brandon's channel. He has one video. And I just gave him like 5% of his views. Yeah, that's true. Canada did let the Dodgers win back-to-back World Series. Yep. You're either letting the Dodgers win the World Series or you're killing 300 ostriches. Not cool. Not cool. Oh, the other thing about the ostriches is now, if it's true that they caught the avian flu and survived, they now have the cure in their blood. And Canada refused to take it. Canada also refused to let them get independent testing and find them for questioning their authority. It's just weird, man. It's a weird power grab. Like, imagine, Yuli, if you and I were the only people on Earth and you raised ostriches and, somehow I'm a smart guy and I'm like, whoa, the avian flu's coming. We need to kill all your ostriches. And you said, no, you're not killing my ostriches. In what world would you let me go, I'm killing them, Yuli? Because I'm higher than you. I'm more powerful than you. Like, that's weird on a human-to-human standpoint to me. Exactly, Soft. They didn't make it. Well, Soft, they'll understand when they become the 51st state. You know what I mean? They'll get it. They'll get it. Where do you have your money parked? Any moonshot or investment thesis of your own? Yeah, so I invest in the entire world's market, stock and bond market, at an allocation that makes sense based on my time horizon and risk tolerance. Canadians do need some American spirit. You know what? I want to ask Frost, and I wonder what his answer would be. Because he's not from either place. But if he got to choose to live permanently in Canada, you do not count in the equation, Yuli. Because we already know the answer if you count in the equation. But just independently, all things being equal, would he choose to live in America or would he choose to live in Canada? Do you know the answer to that already, Yuli? We have them in Alberta. Alberta's apparently trying to secede from Canada. What would be the quote of the day? Why try to find the needle in the haystack when you could just buy the whole haystack? All right, he would pick Canada for sure. Oh, dang. A man who waves at babies, smiles at strangers, treats everyone with kindness. He thinks he will never find love, but he is the love. Oh, that's kind of sweet. Oh man, Alberta and Quebec trying to leave? Canada will never let them, but interesting to think about. So I have, I don't even know how to word this, but any stranger I pass by in the wild, if we lock eyes, I'm giving them a head nod. Hi. Hey. Or I'll give them the head up. Hey. Hey. Sometimes the head down. Hey. Sometimes give them the slow one. Hey. Just depends, you know what I mean? The early bird does get the worm. What's the purpose of your life? Did you live a programmed life, which is passed generation to generation, or did you do something from your own? What makes you unique? I quit a job that I think most people would work at until they retire to make $0 and help people. I would say I did not come from a programmed life. I was raised by a single mom. She started her own business with different success in different years. And she had that entrepreneurial spirit. I kind of did as well. I had a t-shirt company when I was a young man, very young man. That failed. And now I just want to help people. I don't know if it makes me unique, but I'm literally willing to spend every spare dollar I have to help as many people as possible achieve financial literacy. And if people don't support the mission and don't join, and I have to go back into the corporate world one day, I'll find it worth it. It will have been worth it. Because as a side bonus, I got to spend significantly more time with my wife and children over the last year and few months than I did when I was working in corporate. I don't know, I would have gone with the beard. It's pretty unique. Yeah, the beard is too. And what's funny is if you look at the logo, the beard was intended, we thought it was just going to be like this. I don't even know if that's right. Hold on. Everything's weird. I can't get the angle right. But we never anticipated it. But my wife liked it. Every time I kept growing it out, she's like, I like it. Keep it going. I like it. Keep it going. But, if there's ever a day she's like, ooh, you know what? Your beard. My face will match my head for sure. Hey, thanks, Anu. I appreciate you. Do you think they should have some sort of financial education in public high schools? Yes. Honestly, I think the education system is pretty bad. The things that you need to know the most have been taken out of school. Finances, home ec, car repair, woodworking, right? All the things. What is that farming program? I forgot what it's called. National Farmers Association or something like that. Everything else, like in history, we should learn history and then everything else I mentioned. Now, obviously, math needs to be in there, science needs to be in there, okay. But in reality, how often do you bust out your chemistry knowledge? In Rivals, are you ever like, man, the way those two skills hit each other, the fusion happened, right? Like, I'm not saying science is bad or anything like that, but to actually live your life, we learned so much stuff that we don't retain, and it doesn't actually help us in our day-to-day. But imagine more people knew how to work on their cars, save their money. Yeah, right? We're never using chemistry and physics ever again. Now, you'll think about it maybe sometimes, which is neat. But don't you get food and stuff trapped in there? In Africa, we don't have to worry about that. Not that we don't have beards, we don't have food. Yikes. Yikes. In Africa, we use high school chem a lot. Yikes. My man, do we know each other? I have to know. You're either, did you find my channel and you're trolling me, or do we know each other and you're trolling me? What's going on? Yeah, he's definitely trolling, but I'm wondering if it's one of my IRL friends. I have IRL friends or people I knew in the corporate world who have come in and absolutely busted my chops. Right? Soft, are you man than F1? Quit messing with me, Soft. Quit messing with me. You don't remember me, do you? Uh-oh, now I feel bad. What happened? Hold on a second. Let me see. I guess I don't. Last question. Given a choice, enlightenment, liberation from this matrix versus $1 billion, which will you choose? Well, I think when you say liberation from this matrix, do you just mean being financially free? Or tell me what you mean by liberation from the matrix. Because I feel like once you have seen certain things, it's impossible to unsee and go back to that way. I just feel it's impossible. So tell me a little bit more about what you mean. Also, I need to use the restroom real quick. Type in your question. I'll be right back to answer it. What is happening? Something's up with my internet right now, I think. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right, be right back. Hold on a second. All right, what if we are living in a simulated world, like shown in the movie Matrix? Even Elon Musk thinks it's not based reality. I have heard him talk about. I don't know. This is a pretty good one, man. I think, man, tell me. I think it's Manathan. M-A. Wait, M. Wait. Now I feel bad. Now you're going to be like, it's your brother. And I'll be like, oh, man. Yeah, right? He's not answering. He's not answering. Okay, I would rather live in a real world. Now, that's actually a really tough question because I have kids in this matrix. I have a wife and kids in this matrix, and it would actually make me sad to leave them. 100% it would make me sad to leave them. We deported Musk for his views on simulation. Deuteronomy. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord will personally go ahead of you. He will be with you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you. Hey, I agree. I have no Bitcoin, but I was told to buy. I'm an average Joe, and I know it's way out of hand. Is it still worth buying? This is a great question, Manny. And your decision to buy Bitcoin is extremely personal, as well as any cryptocurrency. There is no intrinsic in Africa. I wouldn't. There is no intrinsic value to cryptocurrency. There's none. It has no use case. You cannot build anything with it. You can't hold it, right? It only has value because we say it has value. With that said, it could still go to 20 million a coin. There's no ceiling on what it could do. But it could also go to zero. So anybody considering it, for me, should start off with an amount that they're okay going to zero. Because if it goes to 20 million, you will be happy. But if it goes to zero, it won't cripple you because you put in an amount that you were already prepared to go to zero. Does that make sense, Manny? By $1. Yeah, I own Bitcoin. That's what the single bros do now when they walk into places. I'm an avid Bitcoin investor. I have $1. I'm an avid. I'm very passionate about my $1. Just to be clear, I don't own any Bitcoin. None. Yo, these chats are wild, bro. These chats are wild. Berserk reference? I'm not sure. What hit me. What is that? The Berserk reference. All right, I dig it, Manny. Hey, Gata. This is probably not a serious question, but I imagine it has to do with either the way you eat or the shape that you're in. Or you might have something going on up here. One of the two. Could be something outside of those three, but that would be my first guess. That would be my first guess. All right. Hey, Manathan, F1. Can you tell me where we know each other? You said I don't remember you. Can you tell me where we knew each other? That is what I was thinking. My realtor actually talked to me about it and have been wondering. Yeah, so I don't have an answer for you there, Gata. I don't have an answer there for you. Right, you just, for a lot of your investments, you should think about how do I word this? There are certain things that are safer than others. Like I would put stocks as safer than Bitcoin. But I do think Bitcoin's ceiling in the short term and in the decent future is higher than the stock market, but its floor is significantly lower at the same time. We know each other from your little stint in Africa. We had some crazy times. You were wild, wilder than the wild, wild word of Africa. I don't think so, brother. I've never been. How much I want to lose? That's a great question, Manny. Yes. When I woke up, the question lingered. If in that moment I was the bird, and now I am myself again, which one is real, and which one is unreal? Or is reality simply shifting depending on who is dreaming? I mean, that's a good question. I tend to go away from that because consciousness is a long time. But there are people who will tell you that your memories aren't your memories. The things I remember from when I was 8 years old aren't my actual memories. They were programmed into my brain. I think that's what the going rate is. But that is the question, Manny. That is the question. Why the 4 kids? Pronatalist, don't like rubber. Sorry, I know this is super personal, but 4 kids in big 2025 is wild. I love my wife, man. I want as many little hers running around this world as possible. And God told me to be fruitful and multiply. And she is the one that inspired me to actually go down the path, man. But the more little my wife's running around the world, the better. It's impossible not to love my wife. So now I'm thinking you're just messing with me and we don't actually know each other. All right. I was going to feel bad if we actually knew each other and I forgot. But there's a lot of voices or a lot of chats, a lot of people that come into chat. You are good at handling criticism and insult. Don't you get angry on stupid questions? Nah. I don't let, generally, I don't let other people affect how I'm thinking or feeling. But that one guy, he came in all hot and bothered, right? Who the do you think you are? Like, whoa. Whoa, buddy. So I just don't let people affect me. I don't let people dictate how I'm feeling. Unless I'm gaming, then hell hath no fury like too woke scorned. I think that's the phrase. I think that's what it is. Could have ever experienced or from childhood you were like that? I do think I have a natural ability to just let things roll off my back. I don't remember training it. I don't remember anything like that. So I think it's natural. Now, as I've gotten older, I've become aware of it, but I've always been hard to shake. Whether that be anger, annoyed. Not to say those things don't happen, but it's more difficult. More difficult to get me there. In Africa, we are Stoics too, but we get triggered when people mention Matrix and Musk. We Indian think American are great and lead the world. What America think about India, or they just don't think. I would bet that most Americans are fairly ignorant to India. I don't think they understand the caste system or really what's going on there. I don't even want to bring something up, but there was something that hit the media in the last month or so. Some guy wanted to do a documentary on an event that happens there, and then he decided in the last couple days not to do the documentary because of the danger his family was in because of it. I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking about it on stream. Actually, real history is that the caste system was injected as poisoned India by Britishers to divide and rule India. I don't doubt that. The Britons essentially ran, or the British essentially ran the world for a while there, you know. With 50K in savings, can I invest in treasury bills, or what else is very secured? High yield savings account, money markets, treasury bills, T-notes, CDs. They're all varying levels of very secure. So there's multiple there. But why are you looking for something so secure? Why is your risk tolerance this? Seek his wisdom. Whoa, crazy cliffhanger. You were the gossip queen over at Vanguard and it's tight lips on stream. You've changed, man. Africa changed you. I don't think so, man. I was definitely not loose lips. I had my real friends, that knew my thoughts at Vanguard, but otherwise, yeah. How to lose weight? Oh snap! Financial advice? My bad. No, it's okay. You can ask me anything. That's the whole thing. How to lose weight? I'm going to give you the generic internet answer and say eat less calories than you burn. That's what I'm going to say. I could get in trouble by telling you that I lost a crazy amount of weight. I don't look like this anymore, but hold on a second, chat. Boom. I'm not going to tell you that I got to look like this by eating nothing but red meat for 14 months. Actually, at that point, that was about a year. I ate nothing but red meat for about 14 months. I'm not going to tell you to do that. Whoops. I'm not going to tell you to do that. But I am going to tell you that that is what I did to look like that. I want to invest to pay bills, not to get rich. Well, I hear you, seek his wisdom. But paying bills, to be able to pay your bills forever, you might need to get rich. At least some form. Out of control, Jacoby Carbs. Wait, are you a carbs guy? Did the timing of that just lined up or what? Wait. Is this Jacob? Is this the Jacob? Yo, what's up, Jacob? Hey, are you going tonight? I'm really sorry about last night, Jacob. I'm really sorry about last night. Yeah, let's go. Hey, do you notice the sign? This is not what this looked like yesterday, Jacob. This is new. Richard and I worked on this. Well, Richard did the actual working, but we mind melded to create this for the stream. But that way, if people recognize the sign, they'll recognize this. You know what I mean? We'll probably make more tweaks to it, but I thought this was cool. Hey, so if you're going tonight, let me know. Or I'm sorry, you are going tonight. Let me know. I may try to swing down there. I don't know how long I can go. I know the Lumineers played last night. Did you see them? Were they awesome? Hey, thanks, Jazz. I appreciate it. But I'm willing to talk about anything that I do and all that sort of stuff. Jacob, do you need me to pick up? I'm confused. Is this... Wait a minute. Hold on. I missed them. Ended up leaving early. They were really good, I heard. Man. What made you leave early? Did you go with friends or was it just Richard? Wait, Manathan F1? You don't know, Richard. I mean, you don't know, Jacob. Get out of here. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Jacob got to see me in San Diego. I just got tired. Hey, I love it, man. I don't know if you knew it, but Richard, he and I were on a call and he showed me the picture, man. Warmed my heart. Warmed my heart. There's no way. Don't believe this guy, Jacob. Don't believe him. Although, are Jacob's chats coming up on the screen, or is it just the other one? Huge win. Yeah, huge win, my man. Huge win. Okay, it is showing up. It is showing up. We Indian believe we are not this body, mind, or intellect. We are pure consciousness. Word caste comes from the Spanish and Portuguese word casta, meaning race or breed, not Indian origin. Yeah, I know. It's just more the system. The caste system is in a lot of places. And I wonder if the British are responsible for it all. I'm so happy for you, Jacob. I cannot even front. Uh-oh. Wife texting. Let's see. But yeah, I believe the body is a vessel for the soul. I definitely did not take Ozempic. I just ate meat. And I definitely finished the story. I just ate meat for 14 months. But I would never tell you to do that. Yeah, my buddy went to Africa, South Africa, a couple weeks ago. And I don't know if I should talk about this, but he hunted. He got a zebra, a gazelle. I forgot what one of them was called, but it has the horns. Like, it's big, it has the horns. It looks sort of like a water buffalo, but it is not. a giraffe, and they ate them all. But what's kind of neat about that, for population control, and then they give it to tribes in Africa. We have Varna system, which is based on karma and quality of work, not based on birth or race. Agar? I don't know, that doesn't sound familiar, but maybe. Let's see here. What are better, savings or crypto? Uh, they serve different purposes. Blueprint. There's not really a direct answer to that question. It all depends on the purpose, right? Are you what is the money for? If it's for an emergency fund, probably savings. If it's for the potential for explosive growth, probably crypto. Your savings won't go that high. Your crypto could go to zero. It could also go to the moon. So there's not really a direct answer there. You'd have to ask me a different question for me to give you a direct answer. You know Steve Jobs, when he came to India to meet Neem Karoli Baba and take blessings? I do not remember that. I do not remember that. I am so thirsty. Give me a sec here. I have about 80% in crypto. However, I am all time down about 25%. Wait, what? Did you just buy it? Hey, is there a button when it says you say hi? Did you click a button to say hi? Also, I made a mistake. I don't know if Soft is still here, but I should have told you to play Punisher when we were doing zombies, not Blade. Well, it depends on what he bought. I am very surprised to hear he's down 25% right now if he's 80% in crypto, because it depends on how long. If you've been investing in crypto for 5 years, there's like no way you should be down. But if you invested 80% of your funds recently, yeah, you could be down. I believe to get material success, one should follow USA. They're good at it, but to get enlightenment, to know the true self and purpose of life, one should come to India. I think you could do that here. It's all about reflection, looking inward, finding the purpose. Prayer, meditation. Are the trades a better option right after high school than college? I did get to watch some. Nobody was around last night, but I did get to watch some. Cortezio looked so good. Or Cortezia, or however you pronounce his name. He was so good, dude. The team looked good. I like seeing narrate on Duelist. All right, so James, this is actually a great question. This is a great question. Ooh, tell me, Nico, what misinformation am I spreading? Hit me. I'm down to hear it. So the trades can be a better option, but college could be a great option too, depending on what you want to do in your life. Trades are definitely a better option. That's not true in all circumstances. If you want to be a certified financial planner professional, you must have a bachelor's degree. I'm a certified financial planner professional. I have to have a bachelor's degree. But that's the field I was in. Now, if you're talking about for cost of education and return on investment, trades are a great thing for many people. I think the trades have been insulted for far too long. But people spend 4 years in school to start off in an entry-level job, when if they went to a trade school, got the education, and started working, after 4 years, they're probably making real good money. You can get certified in welding or auto body with a high school diploma. For sure, Nico. For sure. You need a bachelor's degree to tell people to invest in the S&P. Oh, that's not what a certified financial planner does. But yeah. Man, that's when you decided to start typing H-Man? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. If you're low income, the state usually pays for your college. If you go to community college, people really act like they spent all the money. It's optional. Well, I mean, at some point, you have to go to a university. Right? A community college, unless it's for, you're getting some sort of trade skill there, is only part of the education. You have to go more. You know about the missing years of Jesus from age 12 to 30. Please Google it. He came to India or Tibet, then India. There are rumors of that. Yes. In my opinion, trades are overblown too. A lot of nepotism, a lot of hardships that don't get discussed on the socials. Job suck, period. White collar or otherwise. Yeah, but with a... how do I word this? I agree that working for someone else is terrible, but the trades allow you to start earning income without as much spending. I don't think the trades are overblown. I still don't think that they are pushed that much. Oh, dude, soft. I like this new team a lot. Hey, what's up, Medium? Welcome back. I see you are on the what do they call this? Not horizontal. Yeah, horizontal landscape. You're on the landscape stream. What do you think of the new border, Medium? If you had $100K to invest today, what would you do? Well, I'd have to know, one, the budget. I'd have to have my budget figured out, make sure I'm in a surplus, all that sort of stuff. I'd have to have an emergency fund of 12 months of basic living expenses before I did anything else. I would also want my debt to be paid down. And then if I were to invest, it would depend on the goal. H-Man, is that $100K for a house? Is it for a car? Is it for retirement? Right? So you're going to invest differently depending on the goal. So you need a time horizon and a risk tolerance before you can really decide how you were going to invest. And I don't know that I've ever reckoned... Yo, Marcus Bailey, thank you for the sub. YouTube sub. So I don't know that I've ever told somebody to buy the S&P 500. And I'm not against the S&P 500, but it's only 500 of the 33 stocks in the U.S. stock market. It has no small cap, no mid cap. It's entirely large cap. So, anyway. If you aren't intrinsically ready for hard work, trades aren't for you. It requires strain on your body, unlike a computer. It's very true. You are going to be working with your hands and your body significantly more, but that's probably better for you in the long run. Not necessarily if you come from an athletic or wrestling background like me. No, it definitely is. Nico, do we know each other? Have we played video games together? All right, I don't think so. I don't think so. That's true. The bodily hardships are not thought of in there. But I mean, you're acting like, but you have to remember too, there's a physical toll for sitting behind a computer every day. Hey, I appreciate that, medium. Thank you. Hey, what's up, Overstreet? Welcome. For anybody who doesn't know, I'm a free financial advisor. I'm a certified financial planner professional. That means I'm a fiduciary. I have to do what's in your best interest. I worked at Vanguard for 13 years, and I quit my job to help millions of people achieve financial literacy. Would you recommend a world index instead of S&P for a long-term investment strategy, say 20 years out? All right, H-Man, this is a really good question, and it comes down, you might have a domestic bias, you might have an international bias, but for me, I think a good starting point is owning the entire world's market at an allocation that makes sense based on your time horizon and risk tolerance. I do like the idea of the entire world more than the S&P because you get more diversification, exposure to other things, small, mid cap, extended, or oh no, I forgot the term. Emerging markets, stuff like that. If you're working as an auto body repair guy in a shop, I promise not much strain. The real strain you guys are talking about is underwater welding. That's true, that's tough. In the software sector, we have quite generous remote work policy, not a real desk job. Yeah, but still, people, that's you. Most people are literally just sitting at their desk for 8 hours a day. That's killing them. They just don't realize it. Yep, that's true, Blueprint. Oh, man. Wait, were you here yesterday, Suhas? Suhas is trying to get me into a political discussion. Watch me sidestep it. I believe the government's new position is that there's just male and female. I believe that is the government's official position. And the Supreme Court said that that can go on passports. You get under the car to work as well. Does that strain you? Yes. Laying on the ground? Laying on the hard ground? I don't know. Slamming a hammer to get off rotors? Yeah. Let's not pretend there isn't a physical element to most of the trades, you know? That's not to say it's always detrimental. It can be positive for you, making you stronger, all that sort of stuff. Vincent James has followed. Wait, is this a TikTok? Or I'm sorry, a Kick follower? Vincent James? It doesn't tell me where the follow is from. I feel like y'all are blowing it out of proportion. I think what I just said qualified it pretty well. I could be wrong. How has this been for you? By laws, good responses online. Yeah, great responses online. Now, are you talking about when I take my sign into the public arena medium? Or are you talking about this banner around me? But otherwise, when I walk the streets with my sign, it's awesome. It's awesome. All right. By the way, I am a software developer and I used to mine Ethereum using Dagger Hashimoto algorithm, but it shifted from proof of work to proof of stake. So crypto has future because rug pull keep going. Interesting. Explain reciprocal tariffs to a 12-year-old. You charge us, we charge you. You charge us 20, we charge you 20. It depends if you work on older cars versus newer cars. I've noticed in the YouTube chats, people copy and paste their messages a lot. Okay, so people do come for advice and you're able to convert them to online marketing. I don't know if it's online marketing. So I have two different things. I don't generally push people to my streams when I am filming for content medium. All I'm doing out there is trying to help people release YouTube videos that can educate other people and go from there. Now, with that said, yes, some of them have absolutely come to the stream and talked to me. As weird as it is, most of the people that I run into catch me on TikTok. That's where they will catch me live. Some have come over to Twitch and YouTube. YouTube chat sucks. Oh man. Don't know where the African guy went. He's still here. If you guys want to start a business, trades have a much better return or ROI on college. And that's what I was getting at, Blueprint. The ROI. You should look at the ROI for your degree. And there are definitely degrees where your ROI is crazy. But then your ROI on trades is crazy too. But you do have to consider, your body, your mental, all that sort of stuff at the same time, right? Would you recommend a 100% equity position at 32 or for a retirement fund? I have a large amount of capital, to me, 300K to allocate. It's a really good question, H-Man. This all depends on your risk tolerance. So on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 meaning you're uncomfortable with market volatility and you're willing to miss out on market returns, that's a 1. And a 5 meaning you are very comfortable with the wild swings in the market. And if the stock market dropped 60% tomorrow, you would get excited looking for quarters to buy more. Where do you land on that scale? Is US CMA safe from future AI threats? Because I am doing that right now. I honestly don't know. I don't know, Suhas. Working a job is working a job. Degrees tend to pay better unless you have your journeyman 46-year certification. It's not like you get paid big bucks immediately. Some of them make pretty good money immediately. Electricians, things like that. Closer to 1? Okay, then no. Your allocation should be based on your time horizon and your risk tolerance. If you go with a 100% equity portfolio right now, in the long run, I feel confident that your portfolio would be significantly higher if you went with a all stock portfolio, but you're also going to be dealing with a lot of volatility. And if you can't stomach that, then it's not for you. You know what I mean? Well, that's 2 of them. Wait, no, not electricians. Will gold still rise? No idea, Ram. No idea. It could. I would bet 30 years from now it'll be higher per ounce than what it is now. But in the short term, I don't know. What's yours like if you don't mind sharing? I'm 100% stock, H-Man. I'm 100% stock all the time. But I have zero fear of the market. So if the market goes to zero, there are a lot of bad things happening in the world that it won't matter. My brother was going through electrician school and he had it set up, and this was like 10 years ago, maybe more. He had it set up that, or from his school, they were talking about these first jobs out were going to be making 70,000, and that was again 10 years ago. Now he was going to be a linesman, So maybe that's different. All right, let's see here. For short videos of your advice, short clips like the one I saw. So you want to film, what I would recommend, Medium, is film a long form content and then chop it up into shorts, which push people to your long form content. That's what I would do. Ooh, Jimmy coming in hot. Jimmy is fired up. Mag 7 or broader market indices? It depends on your risk tolerance there, man, or Nathan, whatever your name is. It is dependent on you. There are some people who think the Magnificent Seven will continue to win for eternity. I don't happen to think so. I prefer more diversification and a broader based index, but that's just me. Some people want the risk of just those 7 stocks for the potential gains. Yeah. Why debt is considered as financial leverage, but actually the leverage for financial is the interest from that debt. Why not getting specific? Why not getting specific about what? And the reason they call it leverage is for your minimal actual dollars, you're leveraging that to use other people's money to make money. Due to an Indian, you are able to comment here. Google, who invented fiber optics, wireless communication, Hotmail, and who is the father of Pentium chips? Let's see here. I'm in trades and the money is there, but be prepared to work long hours and rough commutes. Yes, sir, H-Man. Yes, sir. But do you feel it's worth it more? Do you feel more fulfilled than your friends or family who are working corporate desk jobs? Oh, dude, Jimmy came in way on fire, bro. My man is on one. Jimmy, whatever I did to hurt your feelings, I'm sorry, bro. Jimmy Shenkushi, I'm sorry, brother. I did not mean to hurt your feelings, okay? Are you aware of the Smith maneuver? I have a coworker who recently did this and it seems sketchy. That doesn't sound familiar. Let's see. I might know it from Smith maneuver. Oh, your Canadian mortgage interest tax is a legal Canadian. This is the AI response here. The Smith maneuver is a legal Canadian tax strategy developed by financial planner Fraser Smith that allows homeowners to convert non-deductible mortgage interest into tax-deductible investment loan interest. Readvanceable mortgage, which combines a traditional mortgage with a home equity line of credit to borrow against home equity and invest income-generating assets such as stocks, ETFs. Yeah, this just sounds like a way for you to leverage your money. I'm not a huge fan of leverage myself, even though people make a lot of money doing leverage. But at some point, the rubber hits the road, and you have to, you eventually have to pay the loan back. So people do this with HELOCs in America because they think they're 6 or 7% HELOC. They can earn 10+% in the market. That's what they choose to do. But you know, there's more to it than that. Whatever your name is, brother, we slept together. Also, I meant if you're 100% stock, is Mag 7 or I own the entire world stock market. I own the entire world's publicly traded stock market. Yes, that's what it sounds like, Blueprint. It sounds like people pulling equity out of your house and investing with that equity. So yeah, that happens here in America as well. It all depends on if you want to take that risk. That's really it. I am 23. How to succeed in terms of finance? Well, do you mean in a career in finance or in life? Because in life, there are 5 steps to financial success. Maybe even emerging markets. Well, emerging markets are international, so I do own those as well. I own everything. Large cap, small cap, developed, emerging, mid cap, everything. I own everything. But there are 5 steps to financial success. Begin, budget, emergency fund, goals, investing and saving, and navigating your life changes. So you got to follow those 5 steps. And I can go in detail on any of them that you need, Suhas or Suha. Investments don't usually get you rich. You need active income to invest. I don't know how to respond to that, because over time, even if you don't have active income, depending on how much you have invested, you can get rich on it. That's the whole reason I got into finance. Trades work is definitely better after you hear about the office politics, so people can't stay at a desk all day. Yeah, that's true. Even invested in, dare I say, Africa? Yes. Yes, sir. Oh, man, did you guys see that message from Vincent James? He can share my stream in a Kick community to help me hit 1,500 followers, 700 viewers, and earn $1,000 per stream. All I have to do is add him on Discord if I'm interested. Do you guys think I should do that? Have you done option selling in stock market? I have not. I have done no options. I'm a buy and hold guy. I know there are people who say you can earn extra income by doing options, and more power to them. I don't want to do that. But I've seen the people talking about it on the internet that make a lot of money. But most of the people I actually worked with who did options didn't keep up with market returns. So you just got to figure out what works for you. Well, true. I never said 4,000, right? But if you save up to the point you get 200,000 by the time you're 30 years old, you probably, depending on what your expenses are going to be in retirement, you probably don't have to save anything else. And that 200,000 between the ages of 30 and 65, 35 years, that could potentially double 5 more times. So you would have a good chunk of money, probably 4 times, 4 to 5 times it'll double. Yeah, I'm long-term investment. I don't swing trade. Now, I will say, because people like to hear the fun stuff, if I were to buy individual stocks, I would look for companies that I know and trust, that I believe will be around for a long time, and I would buy them at their 52-week lows. For a specific example, when Tesla was at 241, I considered buying some. I didn't, but I considered it. Options work if you're an institution. Retail is bound to fail. You can't do iron condor option strats in your mom's basement. It is very difficult to become rich with options, because the efficient market hypothesis, which I believe to be true, makes it so you don't have an edge. You're trying to do what everyone else is trying to do in the same space faster than they do it. That's not fun. But in order to save 200K, you need to have active income. True. We're arguing semantics here, Blueprint. You obviously have to earn money to invest, right? I'm not arguing that. You have to have earned income. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be earned income, but you have to have money to invest one way or another, be it earned income or something else, right? We agree there. We're not arguing. If you have a particular point you want to argue, we can. I'm just saying you don't always have to have income to become wealthy. Ah, look at this, H-Man. This is dividends. You game on this channel? Yes, sometimes. I haven't in a while. I used to be a purely nighttime gaming streamer, and then I quit my job to do this full time. So, all right. H-Man, the internet is very hyped up on what you just described. How do I word this? Your allocation and what you invest in is likely not going to change drastically between now and retirement. That's not to say there isn't a strategy that you just grow your portfolio as large as you can, and then when you reach a certain age, you sell all of that and buy income producing securities so you can live off the income. But what a lot of people do is they own some allocation of stocks and bonds, and this is the total return approach. But you have a portion of your portfolio in stocks for growth, a portion of your portfolio in bonds for the income, but really the downside protection of the stock market. And then as the stock market does its thing, right, going up and down, you keep rebalancing your portfolio to try and buy low and sell high without guessing at the market, right? So your strategy can work, but you would realize a lot of capital gains by doing what you're talking about, most likely. I've developed the whole algo trade strategy using Node, built my own API front end using React in your mom's terrace. Look at that, coming in hot. Yo, chat is fired up today, I gotta say. Everybody's ready to fight, you know what I mean? Yo, Suha, coming in hot, bro. Coming in hot. Get married in practice, brother. Get married in practice. That's true. You shouldn't insult people if you can't take it. But I don't think, I doubt that he's actually offended. I think this is mostly joking around, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I know we got some trolls in here. We got some people who are super mad at me. That guy saying, "Who the do you think you are?" I'm like, whoa, bro. Whoa, bro. I got you, H-Man. Hey, see, it ended up being worth it, no? Remember you came in trolling me? I need a degree to tell you to buy the S&P 500. Tell me you didn't get more value out of this conversation than you thought you would, H-Man. If you did, you should join my free Patreon. Every Saturday, we do a weekly Q&A with the community, and I go over a market recap. I also get way more prescriptive in the community than I do on these broad streams. You seem so sweet and kind. Do not change your attitude. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Life's beautiful. What do I have to complain about? I'm not hungry and I have air in my lungs. I'm doing all right. You know what I mean? Some of the, well, I don't know about this. Maybe I shouldn't say this, right? But there are probably some very happy homeless people out there. Maybe not. I don't know. Hey, H-Man, thanks for subbing. I appreciate you. I got a bunch of fun financial literacy videos if you're interested. We just got done. Today was 18 days in a row of posting a new video from TwitchCon. That was awesome. And that's the last video we have for the day, or for the shorts. What is he on? I think you offended him. I would like us all to be friends, please. That's what I would like. Can we? Can we please? Wait, Medium, did you duck out of here? I don't know if I answered your question fully. There is beef going on in here, man. What is that? Olive branch extended. I ain't picking no fights with some college kid. All right, can we be friends, Anu? Please? Can we just be buddies? Is that a thing? How do you make your beer so luscish? Yo! Xer! That's gotta be my man, right? I know you IRL, right? I'm a civilized man who know how to respect people and their opinions. Uh-oh. Have you ever been to India? I have not. I have not been to India. I have been to, the only other countries I've been to are Mexico. I went to Jamaica. That might be it, man. Otherwise, I've been in America my whole life. Yeah, what's going on, my brother? What is going on? Beard care tips when? I like to mix, this is going to sound wild, but I like to mix a little bit of Vaseline. Yo, that might be crazy. With a little bit of beard oil. Woo! Get it in there, makes it shiny and soft. How would you build a sword? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. How do you manage income as a family? Man, this is a deep question. It could be fun, Prime. This is a deep question, but it all comes down to the first step, ego. If that's how, but you need a budget. You have to understand how you're spending your money. Get your bills as low as possible. Be efficient. Everything. That's how I do it. Set everything on automatic. Make your life easy. I can see why that asks you, though. You seem like someone who knows their way around a sword. I do have a sword. I would show it on stream, but somebody warned me that if you show a sword on stream, they could ban you. What if it's in its sheath or whatever it's called? Do you think I would still get banned or in trouble? Yo, Suha. These chats are wild, bro. What is happening? What is happening? I'm surprised you saw this stream, Xer. Feels really weird to call you Xer, I'm not gonna lie. How do you start saving to invest small scale, and where would you put your money? It's a good question. So whether it's small scale or big scale, budget and emergency fund have to be taken care of first. Investing is step number 4 out of 5. Investing is step number 4. So budget, emergency fund, then you need to set specific goals. So you have to know what the money's for, because you're going to invest differently for retirement than you would for a home, than you would for a car, stuff like that. So I'd have to know a little more details. We have to have risk tolerances, things like that before we get into it, you know? Saw you were live. Got to jump on a flight soon. Keep at it. Appreciate the advice. Yes, sir, Xer. Love you, brother, man. We should hang out soon. Remember the guy? I do remember that guy, Yuli. Why? Is that company doing good? Or are they doing bad? Thoughts on discount brokers like a Robinhood gamifying investments? Well, when you say gamifying, I think there's a problem if you gamify actual money being spent. But if you somehow gamify the stock market without having to put actual money in it, I think it's great for learning. But I do worry about the hooking people in the way they hook people with gambling. I do. I just started my family less than a year ago, and we're putting investment money aside, but we don't know where to put it. So, if it's for, that makes me uncomfortable. That makes me uncomfortable, Nathan. All right, so just started a family less than a year ago. We're putting it money aside, and we don't know where to put it. You just have to know, number one, your time horizon and risk tolerance for the goal. And then you can begin investing. So to give you an example, on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 meaning you're very uncomfortable with market movements, you're willing to miss out on the returns of the market, that puts you at a 1. Or 5, you are very comfortable with the wild swings in the market. If the stock market lost 60% tomorrow, you would be excited, looking for quarters in the couch to invest. Where would you put yourself? I think the best way to get rich or wealthy is to prioritize savings first, the multiplication of money. Yeah, for sure. You have to save first. Budget, build an emergency fund, set a goal, and then start investing towards that goal. Accumulate it, let the compounding happen, and then go from there. You don't reap what you sow. Ooh, Jimmy is still fired up. I belong in prison. Whoo! Jimmy's fired up, baby. Jimmy is fired up. Timing the market versus time spent in the market. Which you choose? I mean, you know the answer to that. It's time in the market. That is the biggest, one of the biggest factors in your overall returns is time in the market. Timing the market is almost impossible. Again, read the little book of Common Sense Investing by John Bogle. It'll change the way you think about money and how you invest. I want long-term but minimal risk because now I'm a family man. If you were in my shoes, what would you invest in specifically? That's almost an impossible place to be, Samuel. Minimal risk is subjective, first of all. Like if you're a 1 on that scale and you can't deal with market volatility, then you're going to be looking at things like high yield savings accounts, money markets, bank accounts, right? But if your risk tolerance is higher, you can then start looking at other asset classes to help you build wealth, but you have to figure that out. Jimmy, it is very clear you have no idea what you are talking about. Jimmy, I'm a certified financial planner professional since 2014. I worked at Vanguard for 13 years, and I quit my job to help people. Nothing random here. I'm tired of ignorant fools. Hey, Jimmy, you are actually the ignorant fool in this scenario. That might be weird. Pull up a mirror, bro. I was not fired from incompetence. My U4 is completely clean. Completely clean. But here we go. Ignorant Jimmy Shenkushi. GTA got delayed back and the stock is down 9.6%. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm about to hop off, but what books would you advise I buy to build my knowledge on wealth creation, investment, and finance in general? So for investing specifically, The Little Book of Common Sense Investing by John Bogle. It changed my life and how I view investments. If you read that book and you aren't a changed man, I would be shocked. Shocked. I'm a CPA, so you're an accountant who's making things up. I'm pretty sure it's against your board certification to disparage people, especially when they are lies. Certified financial planners are not life insurance salesmen. I worked at Vanguard at 13 years and never sold one life insurance policy. I actually have no products or classes to sell anybody. I don't know if you see this word right up here. I'm free. I literally have no products, no anything to sell. No. It's CFP. Please don't call me a CPA. I could never. I would never. I got my bachelor's degree from the University of Phoenix and my certified financial planner professional designation from the CFP board, baby. And all of my education from, or real world education from Vanguard. Look at Jimmy, dude. He's flustered. He knows I got him. He knows the CFP is the highest credential in the entire industry. But he's trying. He's trying. I did a mix, Jimmy. I did both online and in person. Little Book of Common Sense Investing. John Bogle. Oh my goodness, Jimmy. It's crazy how boldly ignorant you are. This is crazy. This is crazy. Do you even know what a CFA is? A chartered financial analyst? I never said that's what I was, dog. This is fun. This is fun, Jimmy. Keep coming. I like dunking on you. Real free advice guy. Asia's most difficult exam, UPSC, has an essay writing of 1,200 words. I need to use words like epochs and high adjectives. Help. Why do you have to use words like that? Why can't you use words that normal people can understand? It's chartered financial analyst. Oh my goodness. Everybody, let's laugh here at Jimmy. Jimmy is very fired up today for no reason. There's web, then there's dark web, and then there's a place where Jimmy... Let's see here. Yeah, Jimmy can't make me upset. What he's really upset about is he's trying to make me upset, and he can't. He knows he's wrong, but he's one of these people that once he realizes he's wrong, he's dug in. He's fighting. He's making his arguments no matter what. Jimmy, your mom just said your lunch is ready, bro. It's time to go. It's time to go. Look at Jimmy. Look at Jimmy. Let's look this up here. Do 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 do. All right. Yo, I'm 17, been saving money for the last few months and got $3K. What would you recommend to do with it? I have a car paid off and basically no bills. You still live at home? So this is kind of tough, Andrew. When you're a young kid, you have to weigh certain things. At some point, you won't be living at home. So the first thing you really should think about is setting an emergency fund for when you move out. Some people skip that step, which I don't recommend, and they begin investing immediately. But before you can actually invest, you need a goal with a time horizon and a risk tolerance before changing it. Jimmy, I did. No, it's not secret. It's not secret. Need to use words because the passing or qualifying rate is 0.1 for our IAS. I need to be in the top 150 out of 1 million. That sounds terrible, Oos. Jimmy's mad, man. Jimmy is very mad. I feel really bad for Jimmy and his friends. Let's see here. All right, guys. Are you guys ready to have Jimmy completely dunked on? Go ahead. Everybody click on this link and tell me from the CFA Institute what the CFA stands for. All right. Any advice? Oos? No. I mean, just use the internet. Look up synonyms for things you already know. But my whole thing is trying to make it easily digestible for people. So I don't use fancy schmancy words. I don't even like to use intrinsic value with people. I don't even like to use that. Jimmy, you've proven yourself an emotional liar. Nobody takes you seriously, bro. An emotional, ignorant liar. Nobody takes you seriously, guy. I'm just going to let you chat. I'm just going to let you keep going. Let's see here. Just one bad fish can make life hard for all others in the river. Is that Jimmy Anu? You know, this is kind of what I dislike about the finance space. A lot of, yeah, that's true. He's coming in here angry, and he literally has no idea what he's talking about. It's crazy, man. Yeah, Jimmy is one of them. He literally has no idea who I am, what I'm doing, nothing about my education, nothing about my background, even though I had some. But he's so angry, bro. Could you imagine walking and living your life this angry? I feel bad for you, Jimmy. Find Jesus, my brother. Even though you proved me wrong, that doesn't prove anything. Yeah, Jimmy, an insurance salesman, I guess. An insurance salesman. You know, the one thing I will say about the Chartered Financial Analyst designation is that it's global. That is really cool. If you get your CFA, you can go around the world and get a job. It's a pretty sick one. It takes 2.5 to 3.5 years to complete, assuming you finish everything in time. But, it's crazy. It's crazy. All right, let's see here. Chill, guys. Let's sympathize Jimmy. Maybe his day is bad. He is. It is. His day is going bad. My man woke up and decided to argue with people on YouTube about things he's 100% wrong about. And my man feels big right now. He's like, I'm getting him, guys. He's proven everything I've said wrong. But I'm still gonna fight. I'm still gonna fight. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I don't mean to tease you, man. I wish you luck, brother. I really do. I wish you luck. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Nope. I've proven multiple things. Multiple things. But it's okay, Jimmy. You have proved nothing. So I'm up 1 million or 1 over you. Ooh, I like it. Suha, let's see. Let's see. Well, he already gave his reason. What do you say? That, let me see. Oh, man, Andrew. If you're still here, man, I want to spend more time talking to you. I apologize for Jimmy, Andrew. He's wasting your time. My bad, man. The lion doesn't care about the opinions of sheep. Agreed. I do not care about Jimmy's opinion. Good luck with the scam. Ooh, can you explain my scam, Jimmy? Please, I need you to tell the audience what the scam is to make sure they don't get scammed. Am I going to sell them a product? Do I have a class for them to buy? Tell me, brother. I need to know. Chat needs to know to make sure I don't scam them, brother. You got to tell them what my scam is. Jimmy, this is just, oh man, my existence is a scam. I love it. I don't even know how that works. I don't know what the scam is. You're somehow using the word scam incorrectly. Jimmy, you're just digging it even further and further. Everything Jimmy says makes him more mad. Jimmy wants to be right so bad. He can't help getting mad. Wait, message retracted. What happened? Oops, I fell. Yeah, I feel bad for Jimmy, man. Let's all say a prayer for Jimmy. Jimmy's having a rough day. Jimmy's having a really rough day. We need to have grace with him and help him out. He's in a rough spot, guys. The only way you troll this hard on the internet is if you're having a bad day. You know what I mean? Maybe this is fun for him. Seems like Jimmy got embarrassed by his crush. Yeah, that might be, man. That might be. Hey, Jimmy could be 100% trolling. You know what I mean? He's just throwing out terms he thinks he knows. He's trying to get under my skin. But this is a good example. It's almost impossible to get under my skin because I do not care what other people say. It does not matter. You're built to handle the internet, troll. That's free advice, girl. Let's go. He is. Thanks, free advice, girl. I appreciate you. I like that, Soft. That's very true. I don't know if you heard any of that, free advice, girl, but this dude was losing his mind. It was crazy. I've interned at a hedge fund. My government name's on my YouTube. My LinkedIn is public. I have a CFA 1 and can attest the bearded man knows his shh. Like, who is Jimmy even trying to convince? No idea. I see. He's got to be a troll, right? Like I'm not. I don't have classes or products to sell people. I'm literally a donation-based financial advisor. If people want to donate to the mission and join the community, great. If not, I'm helping no matter what. Just feels weird. Right, free advice, girl? Oh, can you see the chats from above? Yeah, fired for incompetence thing. My U4 is public. You can literally look up almost every detail about me. Suha, that's probably true. Suram in India, good night. Hey, thanks, Anu. Thanks for coming through, man. I stream like four or 5 days a week. So I don't know time in India. I forgot how many hours ahead you are, but I'm either streaming on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, sometimes Instagram, all at the same time. But between 10 and 4 p.m. Arizona time, or 12 and 6 Eastern time on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And I keep saying this. See you tomorrow. Have a good one. And then I keep saying this, but I do plan to get back into gaming streams soon. Soon. Yeah, that's true, Soft. I'm gonna have to. I should probably get my band hammer out a little bit sooner. But some part of me actually likes when someone like that comes in because through the interaction, I get to show that I actually know what I'm talking about. That is one of the positives of it. A troll could come in here and try and get me, but they're not gonna get me. You know what I mean? See ya, Suha. Anu, see ya. Thanks for coming through, guys. I appreciate you. See you tomorrow. Got that one. I am not sure these hands. Let's see here. How do you feel about Rolexes or high-end watches hold their value pretty well? I don't think a watch. I mean, if you're doing it for the metal, they're not going to be 100% gold and all that sort of stuff. But I don't think that watches should be looked at. I don't think watches should necessarily be looked at as an investment. I get why people do it, but they're an accessory. So it just depends, Raylo. Yes, a lot of the time they do hold their value if they are high-end watches, but even then they fall off from when you buy them new. You know what I mean? What are you talking about? You spent the whole time arguing about acronyms. But Jimmy, everything you said was categorically wrong. Everything, bro. Literally, you didn't make one correct assertion. Not one, Jimmy. And you're not even embarrassed, bro. You're not even embarrassed. I'm literally just a guy trying to help people, and you're angry. You're not even embarrassed. That is crazy. Well, what do you mean, what do I think about them? Dynamo EUC. Oh, man. I'm a 13 years old. How is it? What is with these questions, man? What is going on? Everyone needs a person like Jimmy who could teach us to rise above hate. I am a much better person after this stream than I was beforehand. Jimmy, you helped me be a better person, brother. After the interactions with you today, I don't think I can ever be like irritated at anyone else in real life. You know what I mean? Yeah, you asked me what I think of them. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, I think they're good. I think they're bad. If I'm doing well investing and my finances are on point, including savings, should I invest more or be content with how things are? So still trying. This is actually a really good question. You need to understand what the goal of the money is, right? You can never know for certain what your returns are going to be, but you can kind of game plan for them. And if you know you need a certain amount by a certain date, you can invest that amount that you need to get you there, right? Now, if you want to invest more to retire early, retire better, or achieve your goal, you can. But it all depends on what you want. Would you punch someone? What is happening? I mean, I would avoid it at all costs. I am not somebody who wants to punch somebody. I would like to avoid punching somebody if at all possible. I don't necessarily want, need, or like violence, but I am capable of it if it is necessary. What if Dominic, what is this? I think you could buy a Rolex for $10K certified from a dealer and everything. It might take a couple months to get it, but since they take so long to get, there's a liquidity factor. True, but why? Do you just want to, like, if you're going to get in the business of watches, you would have to have some sort of spread there, or wait for the materials within the watch to grow in value, or for that watch to gain a certain level of popularity for it to become worth more. You know what I mean? Can I play with my beard? I mean, I won't play with it, but I'll do this for you. Yoink. Is that enough? And people would be willing to pay up for a Rolex now rather than waiting. Raylo, it sounds like you potentially have a business idea. I don't know enough about the Rolex and the watch world to give you an actual assessment on the watches. Jimmy's back, baby. I think currency hedges are things that go on boats, right, Jimmy? Is that what we're talking about? A currency hedge is something that is on the back of a boat in case somebody falls off. Do I have that right, Jimmy? You should be proud of yourself because he thinks you're better than him. That's why he's hating on you so dedicatedly. This is wild. This is definitely my most wild chat interaction. What are private placements? Can anyone invest in them? Unk, stand still. I'm almost finished. Yo, these are crazy, bro. Also, I don't think high-end watches trade in high enough volumes to make sense as investments. That's another one. Yo, what's up, Transalien? 6185. Hey, did you press a button to say hi? Or, like, what happens there for it to say somebody said hi? I don't see that on my side. Okay, so there's a button. I would like to know more about it. Look at Jimmy go. Jimmy's so fired up. Okay, it's in the chat. I dig that. I don't have, like, I can't do it in this chat right here. This isn't working here. Yeah, there's nowhere for me to click something that says say hi. Anyway, doesn't matter. It does not matter. Uh-oh. I pressed the button and now... Yeah, agreed. Jimmy's just trying to troll. That man just looked on the internet for questions he could ask, and now he's throwing them out. He doesn't even understand his own questions. All right, I'm sorry. I'm going to put an emoji in here simply because I can't get the this screen to go away. One sec here. Nope, that didn't do it either. Okay. I don't know what I did to the chat on this other one. When you tap the button, you also get 25 XP. Hey, let's go. Well, I'm just saying, if you want to wear one for a little bit, you could possibly make money. There's a bunch of people who pre-ordered Cybertrucks years ago and were able to flip them right away. Yeah, I mean, if the market's there. It's definitely possible. You know what I mean? Suha, I will likely not stream on Sunday. I actually probably take off Sunday and Monday. Tuesday, I will be back. Jimmy, you better be here Tuesday. Okay, sir? Hopefully you doesn't come back and accuse me of being Jimmy. Oh, for sure. She 100% thinks you're Jimmy Soft. There is no doubt about it. There is no doubt about it. Oh yeah, so Raylo, there has to be a market for it. You know what I mean? People used to do, like in my day, people used to do that with gaming systems. I guess it still happens, right? But when the PS2 came out, PS3 came out, people wait in line, buy two, and then sell one. Jimmy's my biggest fan for sure. Jimmy loves me. How would you design a cross-currency basis swap hedging strategy for a multinational treasury with structural FX imbalances? Yeah, Jimmy. This is what we talk about here, okay? Let's go, Jimmy. CPA. For real. Isn't it? Isn't it? Bro, should I gamble? I mean, I've won very big recently by spending $25. Generally, no, Kumar. Wait. Sakshmi. I know, anyway. Generally, no. You should not gamble. You're going to lose significantly more than you win. If anybody does gamble, it should be a budgeted line item like entertainment, and you can never go over it. But most people can't do that. Gambling becomes an addiction, and they end up spending more money. Wait a second, Jimmy. If the next message isn't about how this is a scam, you're out of here, brother. You think so? Thanks, Kumar. All right, guys, we have about maybe 12 minutes left in this stream here. And then it's possible I will stream tonight. It all depends on if I go to this concert with a couple of friends. There is it's like a country thing. It's like a festival, a country music festival or something like that. Or is it just a music festival? It might just be a music festival, actually. All right, so I don't know who Vampire Weekend is, but they play tonight. They're like the headliner. Well, I don't know any of these people. Mellow Toad, Local Natives, Chromeo, Practically People. Do I seriously not know a single person in here? I knew the Lumineers from yesterday, but that might be it also. Anyway, I would just be going to hang out with my friends. But if we don't end up doing that tonight, it's possible I'm going to stream again tonight. Oh man, Foxbox coming in with, what is that? The Israeli flag, an American eagle, Trump, American eagle, Israeli flag. Jimmy, no. I'm literally, anybody else could ask a question. I'll answer it. I'm not answering it for you. I'm just having fun with you, Jimmy. I'm just having fun with you. But you're literally, the answer is right there. Debt is debt. Equity is equity. You're financing debt. Ah, man, I'm answering the question. Never mind. I'm not doing it, Jimmy. You can't fit. You can't. Oh, you almost got me, Jimmy. No, sir. No, sir. You almost got my answer out. That was my first live stream of yours, and it was the special one because of Jimmy. All thanks to Jimmy. Let's go, Suha. We were here together. We will remember Jimmy forever. It is kind of like a hillbilly Coachella. Although I don't think it's hillbilly because it's not really country. Oh, I can't believe Jimmy almost got me to answer a question. Ooh, that was tough. You almost got me, Jimmy. Not today, sir. Not today, Satan. What should I do, bro? I am very disappointed from my life. Well, this is tough from a human standpoint. What's a bank, bro? Huh? What's a dollar? Huh? What's the reserve currency? No, that's actually it. What's the reserve currency of the world? All right. NASDAQ or Dow for pension investments? Ooh, I'm not stepping in there, man. So are you talking about investing for a pension for a large group? Because pensions generally have a mix. They're not just for growth. Right? They need stability as well. They can't be fluctuating. Oh, for your own pension. You get to invest your own pension? Is it a money purchase pension plan, James? What type of, tell me more about your pension. All right, Savita. Hey, you got to remember, well, you know what? I'll tell you from personal experience. Something may be the worst thing ever today. You might have a Jimmy Shenkushi come in your life, right? But you have to remember, a week from today, Jimmy Shenkushi doesn't matter. Okay? You got to remember that. The things that are terrible today don't generally matter. I'll give you a very specific example. About 10 years ago today, about 10 years ago, my mom died unexpectedly from cancer. I was a shell of myself. A shell. I took like 6 weeks unpaid time off of work. It was devastating. I was raised by a single mom. I was devastated, man. I was a shell of myself. Now today, while it still sucks that I lost my mom unexpectedly, and I wish she was here, she didn't get to meet my kids and all that sort of stuff, I'm actually just grateful for the time I had with her and that she was my mom. I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for my mom. And going through the end of her life, right? So, to me, life is beautiful. Don't let the ridiculous things get you. Don't let the bad things get you. Just keep it moving. I believe brighter days are ahead. I live in Europe, but the U.S. economy seems reliable over time, so thinking about putting my money into one of those. Let me see. Okay. This is tough. You're in another country. So before you make your investment, James, you have to consider what your time horizon and your risk tolerance is. So, right, if you're investing in the Dow or NASDAQ investments, you might have to look for different indices than those. But if you're looking to invest in things like that, technology or the Dow industrial companies, things like that, you are taking on a substantial amount of risk. You just have to understand that. It could go way down. It could go way up. It's going to be everywhere. You have to match your investments with your time horizon and your risk tolerance. In your opinion, what crypto asset do you think will be the best performing from now until 10 years from now? A.B. Meyer, I'm going to answer this question first by telling you I don't know. But, oh man, you're talking about performance. So, right, if Bitcoin goes from 100,000 to 20 million in 10 years, but XRP goes from, I don't know what it's trading at right now, right? Ethereum goes from a couple bucks to 8 million. So if you're talking about total return, I don't have an answer for you. I apologize, AB Meyer. AB Meyer. Sorry, your name's pretty cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. AB makes me think of that. Sorry, my man. Sorry if that was goofy. Thank you so much. I got you, Savita. We are underestimating Jimmy. He is an angel who came here to teach us patience and anger management. I dig it. Naval is pretty bullish on Zcash right now. I'm not quite sure what Zcash is. Zcash! I am very bullish on Zcash. Bro, my little bro, want to ask you a question. All right, let's do it. We got about 2 minutes left in this in the stream here. Yo, thanks, AB. Hey, if you like conversations about personal finance, my content is where it's at. Most of my content is me interviewing people and talking with people about stuff. Yo, what's up, big homie? I only got about 2 more minutes left in this stream, man. I apologize. Do marks matter more than knowledge? This is an interesting question. I will say no. My answer to that is no. Knowledge matters. But there are some times where marks, like the CFP, the reason the CFP, the Certified Financial Planner designation, matters is because I'm a fiduciary. I have to do what's in your best interest. Right? So even if somebody doesn't have knowledge, but the credential makes them behave in a certain way, that could be important, I guess. But in reality, no, the knowledge is more important than the credential. Technically they are. Video games are a waste of time. You could definitely be spending that time doing something more beneficial for you. But I do think there are some benefits to gaming, right? They stimulate your brain in a certain way and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. I still play video games. I still play. Right now, my game of choice is Marvel Rivals. To be specific, though, I've been playing zombies. Historically, later man. Historically, I've played Valorant. That was essentially the only game I played for like 4+ years. Before that, it was Diablo 3, Overwatch, Diablo 2, Diablo 1. Man, I'm trying to think of all the computer games I played. But right now it's Marvel Rivals Zombies. So if I stream later, it will be that. Call of Duty Mobile or Free Fire? I have no opinion on that. I am not sure. I don't know enough about them. Can you give me a step-by-step guide to becoming a billionaire? Unfortunately, I'm not a billionaire, and I don't have a step-by-step guide to do that. My apologies, Anthony. But to be a billionaire, you would probably have to either invent something or create a business that changes the world. Become a trillionaire. Let Jimmy handle your finances. I haven't even heard of Free Fire, Kumar. Whew. All right, guys. I have to go ahead and call that a stream. But if you're interested in more personal finance with a mix of gaming, I'm going to try to be back tonight. It just depends on if I go to this concert tonight. I may even commit to gaming on stream tonight. Even if I go to this concert, I'll just go to bed super late and wake up super early with the kids. Oh boy. This has been a wild day. This has been a wild day. All right, everybody. We'll be back for sure on Tuesday if I'm not back tonight. But otherwise, have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. And we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.